Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars and welcome to another PlayStation 4 review. Today's review is for Griftlands that has been newly released today on the PlayStation Store. And Griftlands is a deck building roguelike game. Now when you start this game you have essentially the choice of one character, however there are three characters eventually that you will be able to choose, and each of those characters has their own specialised deck and map to play through. Now, you start off. It's like a science fiction type game, and essentially your character is on this map, and you end up kind of basically doing jobs for all sorts of different people. Now, the unique thing here with this, because it's roguelike, is every single playthrough can be completely different to the last, and by that I mean you can align yourself with different characters each time you play through. You can be friends with them or enemies with them, and it can make the playthrough very, very distinct each time. And it's not one of those where it kind of, you know, it says that and you play it and that's not exactly how it is. It really is, you know, it allows you to make them choices in the game, and you can choose. So sometimes by choosing a mission and doing a certain thing in a mission, it will make a character your enemy while you're doing it. Another thing that makes this game very, very unique, like I say, it's a card-based deck building game, and there are two aspects of this game in regards to its gameplay. There is like a negotiation stage. Some characters you can have argument stroke negotiations with, and you will start off with a certain number of points in your deck, if you like, a certain number of cards in your deck, and then each round you are dealt a set of cards, and you've basically got to have this negotiation stroke argument with this other character and basically try and knock their points down before yours are knocked down by using kind of more aggressive negotiation methods, or by bolstering your own argument to give you better defences in regards to your argument. So you've got a lot of different cards to be able to do that. There is also a battle stage to this game, and which works very similar to the negotiation stroke argument stage of the game. Again, it's a set of cards that you are dealt at the beginning of each round, and these cards are obviously different to the negotiation ones. These are your battle cards, and then again the idea is to take down the enemies before they take down you. Now, another thing that's quite different here in regards to the battle side of it is if a character loses enough strength, if their points drop down enough, they will essentially surrender to you. You can either accept that surrender or execute that character, and there will be different repercussions depending on what you choose to do. So again, that's another choice that the game gives you. It's a really unique game to me. I've played a big chunk of the first character and a decent chunk of the second character, and I can definitely verify that both games have been completely different. I mean, to say nothing of the fact that you are on a different map and you've got a different story to follow. The card decks are slightly different. Each character has got a certain kind of element to their cards that are different than the others. So it's quite easy to pick up this game in regards to how to play it, but more difficult to master. You can go to like taverns and buy yourself like drinks to replenish your card strengths. However, if you drink too many of them, it'll put like cards in your deck that will weaken your deck, like drunk slurred speech cards, because you've been having too much to drink. You can buy yourself new outfits and things. If you rest in taverns, you'll replenish all your energy and things like that. So it's basically just travelling around the maps, doing jobs for certain people. Depending on who that person is, you could choose whether you want to do the job or not. If you don't like the sound of it, you can refuse it, or you can negotiate something else. And it really does feel each playthrough from what I've done so far it sticks out and is very, very different to the last. It's your enjoyment of this game will very much depend on your feelings to like card deck games. If you like those sort of games, I think there's a game here that you're going to get an awful lot of playtime out of. Each playthrough is not necessarily going to take you each run through, if you like, is not going to take you a huge amount of time, but like I say, each run through is different from the last. You can choose different paths, make different choices, align with different characters, choose different cards in your decks, and all the cards that you get in your decks, you get given new cards depending on what battles you win. The current cards in your deck, you can upgrade them, they upgrade. You even get the opportunities to get rid of some cards, because there'll be some cards in your deck that end up being a hindrance rather than a help. And it's up to you to make all these choices as you're going through. Now, there's no voice acting as such in this game, which is a bit odd, because like the introduction to the stories are all voice acted, and the tutorials in the game are all voice acted, but all the characters in the game do this weird speech. The best thing I can compare it to is like The Sims. You know the voices in The Sims? It's talking, but it's not talking. It's all garbled and a bit weird. And I'm not sure I understand that choice, why they couldn't have just voice acted it. It does seem a little bit of an odd choice to me. But, you know, it's a creative decision that they've gone with. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but I'm always one of these that kind of prefers voice acting in games, and I think it probably would have been fairly easy to do it in this game. So yeah, if you're looking for something a little bit different, if you're looking for, you know, a roguelike deck building game, I think you're going to really enjoy this one. I think it's a game that I'm certainly enjoying. I'm having quite a lot of fun with it. It feels varied, it feels different, it's keeping my interest up. And like I say, it's quite easy to learn to play, but quite difficult to master at the same time. So you'll be playing it for quite a while, trying to get the best decks you can, doing different choices, going down different paths, seeing where it heads. Yeah, I'm actually going to give this one an 8 out of 10. It's quite excellent in many ways, but it's also quite a distinct game. It's a game that isn't for everybody, I think that's fair to say. But if it's a game for you, I would check it out. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this review useful,